Hello, Internet. How is everyone doing tonight? How are you guys doing? Pretty good?
Yeah, ready to get at it.
Awesome.
Doing tonight.
Yeah.
How are you guys
Sorry for the delay. I had to do some things with a couple of friends, and that ran a little long. So, all the things there.
friends and that ran a little long.
And somebody doesn't have me on mute on their stream, on their Twitch.
On their stream, on their Twitch.
That's not me.
Let me try and see. I think that might have been me. There we go.
Okay. Is it better now?
It is better now.
No, can't hear it.
I love it.
I
It
always
happens,
forget
it
that
happens.
one.
That one's an easy one to miss sometimes.
All right. Lots of faces in the chat. Let's see how that rolls. Here it is for our Saturday night D&D adventure with challenge accepted. This morning was Shadow Watch, and they had a really interesting time in the Underdark. Tomorrow morning, 12 noon, over on our YouTube channel, we'll be doing Sunday with Scoob, and where we can we're paint something and chit chat. Of course, the cast and moderators and select Patreon tiers all have access to a voice channel through our Discord that I open up to sit there and have a dialogue. Want to give a shout out to Sirenscape for the background music and soundboards that we'll be using. They have a great online player and a huge library of sounds you can use for your tabletop game, whether it's a D&D, fantasy, cyberpunk, sci-fi, future, or just general ambiance for anything. Check them out at sirenscape.com for more information.
For your wedding. Have it for your wedding.
So, yeah. I was still trying to get everything together, so I apologize. But yeah, we're going to have some fun tonight. We're going to do some things. We missed last week because I had some stuff going on and it wasn't good, and I didn't want to give you guys a bad session, so I want to make sure it's worth your time.
Always in.
Do have to say that one of our players had to bow out due to some personal stuff going on, and it's like we wish them the best, because it's you got to take care of yourself first. And as much as I love having all of you guys at the table, if life gets to a point that you need to dial back to kind of keep on top, no harm, no foul. We totally understand. Hopefully she's still going to hang out in the chat and watch us and still watch the stuff and, be that voice in the background. And when things come together, she is more than welcome to rejoin us at the table.
Voice of chaos in Pearl's ear. Is that what we're hearing? Is that what I heard?
Yeah. Baby.
So she was keeping me under control. There's no mouse to keep me under control anymore. So have fun with me now.
Let's see what happens.
I'll have to find some rodent or something on our travels just to pick up.
Or a ball of yarn.
Oh, I have a ball of yarn.
Oh, yeah.
Doesn't work.
It doesn't work. Doesn't work.
Titus knows firsthand. It doesn't work.
It doesn't work.
Usually it ends up rolling away and I have to chase after it, right?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. So, cover the schedule, covered the Sirenscape plug. Pretty good on all that stuff. So, all right, let's get in and see what has happened and what will happen. So, first thing first, recap. Last time we were together, the party was realizing that there's going to be some time for the investigation to continue to process, and had decided, based on all the information they had at hand, they wanted to go and travel south to the town of Saltmarsh, where Karalee had some interesting adventures breaking up a smuggler's ring, and the rest of the party wanted to kind of follow that trail to see what was going on, because there were rumors of some potential conflict on the southern part of the coast. Along the way, they learn that there's a small little outpost, kind of halfway house that's butting into a small little town, and thinking that that Karalee may have gone there in hiding because it's a little out of the way to sit there, and so they want to kind of investigate and see what's going on with that. Along their journey, they managed to, or before they left Squall's End, they managed to procure a wagon and a couple of horses from the local general store operator, who seemed a little absent-minded, but overall fairly friendly. And they purchased the horse and the wagon, and they started their trek south. Along the way, they fairly uneventful for the first day. Just late in the day when they got going, after several miles, they stopped, they rested, and in the middle of the night, they were attacked by a group of gnolls. Halfway through the night, through some creative use of magical items and skills, they managed to dispatch the gnolls fairly quickly, and then get some rest, while a giant griffin was standing watch over their little camp. So we will come back in the following morning. As you guys all start to wake up, you feel refreshed after having a long rest. The griffin you see for a few moments before it vanishes and turns back into the little figurine. And Maze runs over, picks it up, puts it in her pouch, and finishes getting herself ready to continue on the journey. How do you guys start your morning?
Wave to Grimble Grumble or Grumble Grumble.
All right. Wave to
Bye,
Grumble
bye,
Grumble
bye.
as he vanishes.
Yeah, you notice on Nin's
Exercises in the morning.
face, most of his eyelashes are gone from this eye. And
Okay.
that's just what you notice about him in the morning. It's kind of hard to miss.
What happened to your eye, Nin?
Why? What do you mean? What do you mean? Is it swollen? Did the gnolls come back at night? I thought Grumble Grimble was going to take care of him.
I think he ate something off your face.
Something off my face. My eyebrows are still there, my hair. Then did he... What happened?
At this point, I'm going to use my sword as a reflective surface and show Nin his reflection.
Okay. All right. So my eyes have a little bit of sandman dust in it. Is that what it is? A little schmutz? Why
Yeah,
is my eye
missing.
watering?
I'll just give him that, assuring pat on the shoulder. You're good. You're good.
Shouldn't have said anything. Everything's fine. Let's just go ahead and go, I guess.
Okay,
So
great.
Pearl just points it right out. Yeah, you're missing an eyebrow.
Eyebrow? Actually, it's mostly eyelashes. They're kind of shorn really short. Not quite sure how he did it without stabbing his eye out, but that's what he did.
A lot of plucking, apparently.
Yeah, but anyway, he takes him, you see the eyelashes are kind of stuck to his finger, and he puts them in his pouch that he has on his belt. That ought to keep him all right.
Okay.
Well, I guess we'll just keep going.
Yeah.
That's good to me. Yeah, we already travel so slow anyway. We might as well get going, right?
Now we're trying to make the inn.
Yes. So as we're packing things up, I'll go and tend to the draft horse and make sure they're fed, watered, all that good stuff, and get all of our stuff packed away into the cart.
Pearl, how are you? What's your morning routine out at on the camp?
I would do my normal routine of going through my movements of martial arts and things like that beforehand of leaving. But other than that, just getting ready to run back and forth in front of the cart like I did last time because they take too long.
Okay, so your morning martial art routine, is that is that very kind of like very kind of slow and methodical?
Yes, actually.
So for the rest of the party seeing this, it's like they see you kind of running a mile a minute. Yet this morning routine of yours, you seem very
It's very-
slow and focused.
And yeah, you know.
Very uncharacteristic to what they normally see you doing day in and day out.
Yep.
Fair.
Wow, that's
Fair.
confusing. He's moving fast but going slow. I don't get it. How do
Karalee,
you
what
do
about you?
that?
What's your
Jaitray?
morning routine?
I'm actually doing much the same. I mean, it's the morning, and so this is when I do my meditation to Lathander and do my deep, like I said, deep meditation and go through my, my rituals as well.
Okay.
Mine's more. My martial art form is probably less combat focused. But nonetheless, it's still there.
Maze goes through and gets her stuff squared away and is kind of waiting in the cart for when you guys are done.
Min says, I want to practice too in the morning. So he grabs his crossbow and says, look at this, guys. This will be cool. He says some words. Oh, no, wait. He says some words, and the crossbow bolt flies, but he looks at it. He's like, that wasn't supposed to happen.
Oh dear. Here we go again.
That was supposed to be on fire when it left.
I'm kind of glad it
I don't
wasn't.
understand. Well, I never did it, but maybe it's the wrong words.
Nin, go ahead and roll me an attack roll with your crossbow.
Okay.
I get ready to deflect missiles
I know, that's what I was just thinking too.
unconsciously, just as I'm doing it.
Yep.
That is a 20, dirty.
Dirty 20. And as you're doing that, and thankfully you know you didn't point it at anybody in the party, but as you kind of did that and was thinking about it and realized, oh, this would be really cool, and let it go, as you kind of comment about them not being a fireball, you hear a thump and a little bit of a squeak, and you see the arrow is in the ground and it's kind of wavering a little bit, and you go over and you take a look, and you, by some random happenstance, you manage to hit like a little fox that was in the grass.
Ooh.
As you were doing this, just complete random happenstance.
Oh, Pearl's
poor
running
guy.
over like, oh no, the poor little fox.
But here, we can use the tail to replace...
Don't you touch that fox!
Oh.
Bad,
I'm
stop it!
sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hit it. I was just trying to practice my magic. You know how it is with me. Anyway, you can have it. I'm not that hungry anyway.
Is it dead, Steve, or is it still alive?
It's pretty close to death.
All right, I immediately go over and use my ability to heal it.
Yay!
Okay.
Hey, man, that was breakfast.
While all of this is happening, Titus is just sitting in the cart, listening to the birds, trying to focus on the sound of the wind and anything at all but what is going on around him. Just inner peace, inner peace.
All right, so I heal at 7.
You
I'm sure it's full.
you heal it. I mean, you get the arrow out, you heal it. It was like pretty close to death, but it wasn't quite there. You heal it. It's got a little bit of a scar right there, and it kind of darts off into the grass.
Yay! We've saved the fox. Thank you.
The first time she's in Nin, I actually turned to Nin, and I'm not happy. I
was just trying to make sure I could hit something with it, and I did. See, isn't that great? And it wasn't one of you guys.
I just look. I just say, be careful.
All right.
And I walk over to the cart and I get into the cart.
I didn't hit the horses either.
And I actually just start going.
Next time, aim for a tree or
Wait.
ground in general, not an animal.
Say that again.
Oh, I said next time maybe aim for a tree or maybe just the ground in general, not an animal.
Well, that was the thing. Nin wasn't aiming for anything.
I know. But that's what Pearl says to him.
We don't know. The characters don't know. We know.
Maybe that's
Yeah.
the secret to hitting something, not to aim for anything. Maybe I should meditate like you guys.
No.
And by the way, Karalee started the cart.
I'm going.
We're going.
Oh. Wait,
I know
we
they
need
normally
you to
write
help
next-
drive.
So she said she darts up and catch up.
All right, so the wagon is now going. Nin is you see the wagon is going. Nin, are you gonna race to try and catch? Are you racing to
Oh,
catch
yeah.
up?
I'm like, wait, you need my help, Karalee, to drive it. What are you gonna do without me?
I whispered.
Go ahead
I
and
whispered
go
to
ahead, Nin.
Karalee-
Go ahead and roll me an acrobatics check to see if you can, because you're gonna have to like jump at the cart to try
I'm
and.
pretty good at these. I shouldn't be anyway.
I whispered to Karalee, must go faster. Let's go faster.
That's a 17.
17. All right, so you managed to jump on, and then kind of like in some of those video games where you hang onto the ledge, you're just holding onto the ledge just as it goes, and as Titus leaned over and said, "Go faster," Karalee kicks it into a little bit faster speed. It's like Nin's kind of holding on and kind of dangling off the edge there.
You're lucky I made it. I'm here to save you.
Are your hands as slimy as your neck?
No, not at this time.
I'm just
Mace
mentally
just kind
reminding.
of shakes her head.
I'm mentally reminding myself, I'm a paladin. I'm a paladin. I'm a.
Woosah. Woosah.
Hey, I actually like this pace. This is a better pace than yesterday. We should go this pace all the time.
Well, they're not
what
like
they
a
feed
full
horses?
gallop, but they're also not.
Oh yeah, but it's better
just
than the short.
meandering.
Yes,
Can I assume
but it
I
was
pull
still
myself
slightly
up?
faster than yesterday. Still slow, but faster than yesterday.
Huh.
That's fair. So you guys start to roll along, and after a few hours pass, you sit there and you're kind of looking at the surroundings. And what's everybody's passive perception again?
Mine
Earl,
was
what's yours?
14.
Titus,
12.
Nin,
10.
Karalee.
21. I have that feat. Sorry.
So Karalee, as the wagon is going and you're kind of looking, everybody's kind of looking off. You happen to notice just in the periphery, several looks like several herds of animals are kind of about, a few that are grazing. You see a few looks to be like wolves in the grass, way off, away from the road. Couple of the herds seem to have these really large kind of herbivore creatures, all kind of grazing and going about their business as you guys continue to track south along the tradeway.
Nin takes a look at his crossbow, not hesitantly, but he decides against shooting one of these creatures.
Karalee, do you point them out to the rest of the party?
Yeah, if I don't recognize them, especially, I'll say, "Do anybody know what those look
Okay.
different?"
Yeah, some of them are quite large, and some of them are smaller.
And do I recognize them? Or
Go ahead and roll a nature check.
sure.
I want to roll one.
Anybody else who's proficient in nature wants to roll a nature check, they can.
I'm not proficient in it, if that matters.
Well, you were asking, so I'm going to let you
Okay.
do it. But if anybody
Okay.
else wanted to jump in on that, I'll let. It's like
it's
I
a
am not
12 plus 1,
proficient
so
in that.
13.
I got a 19 or an 18 rather.
you're proficient in nature.
Yeah.
Karalee, you recognize some of the smaller ones, like various they're all herd animals, like stuff you would see on the large plains, something like some similar like buffalo or equine type things. The larger ones are a little more don't seem to have a little bit scalier and whatnot. Nin, you recognize them as these are large creatures, basically essentially like dinosaurs, herd dinosaurs that you'd see kind of wandering the plain, sauropods and stuff, and some bipedal ones, kind of mixed in about, going about their business, different family units of about 5 to 10.
Oh.
All kind of grazing about as you keep going south.
Hey, Karalee, you know what those are? Those are dinosaurs. They roam around. Wait a minute. How do I know that?
Good question. Karalee, what were you saying?
Orthopods. Sorry, it's the nerd in me.
Oh, no, orthopods. See?
Orthopods.
By all means, make sure I'm right.
Any
Four
hadrosaurs?
shapes of step structure. Remember, that's science teacher. Sorry.
Any hadrosaurs or velociraptors or what else can I name from Jurassic Park?
Lots.
You're not really seeing any. You're not really seeing any of those per se, as far as like the carnivorous ones. But there are some other carnivorous creatures that are out there.
So
It's very much like if you were to picture like some of those nature documentaries where you look at the African savanna and what all the various stuff around, you're kind of seeing that. It's just this huge kind of menagerie of creatures that are just kind of out in the distance. But depending on the distance and the fact that their size, they're somewhat noticeable. And Karalee's passive perception being so high is able to kind of sense that they're there and points them out as you go.
So are we, I know I don't know what they are, but are dinosaurs like unusual in the area?
No, they're actually along this particular area. They're quite common because of it's a fairly kind of temperate environment for them. So seeing herds of them isn't uncommon.
Okay.
They're also kind of spread out just given the large kind of swaths of the area. You're not going to see like a herd of buffalo size group of these. You're going to see little family units that all kind of go about.
Okay. But not so weird that I don't know what they are, but they're in the area, so I don't think much
you would
of
have
it.
seen them. You would have seen them traveling up and down the coast as you had over the past 6 months. It's just, again, it's not rare, but it's also just, it's kind of, oh, those are really cool. I should probably stay away from them. Don't want to disturb them because they're really big and they might squish me.
Yeah, they're very big, so compared to me.
Very big compared to you. It's like, I don't know. Kind of like seeing a herd of elephants. It's like, I don't think I want to get too close. I'm good. So as you guys are kind of Pearl, what's your reaction to this site? What's Pearl's reaction and thought process?
I'm not sure because she's traveled all over the place, so I don't know if she's seen them before or not.
A little bit in the past 6 months, but definitely a newer site to you because you spent your childhood after you left your parents in the monastery. So some of these creatures would not have been a very common sight for you. It's been the last 6 months here along the coast that you've started to see more of these really unusual creatures to your mind.
Oh, I'd be really excited. Like, oh, those are so cool. They're so big. Can we ride them?
Stay in the cart.
I'm already not in the cart. I've been running alongside the cart the whole time.
Stay with the cart.
But they look so cool. Can I go pet one?
They will squish you.
What?
Oh,
What is that, Pearl? What are you saying?
I'm sure I can go faster than they can squish me, right?
If one gets a lucky shot, you're done.
Aww, but I wanted to pet its nose.
I kind of do too, if I'm being honest with you, but still, at the same time.
Well, if we're careful and they're nice, right?
I don't know that we know that. Do we know that they're nice? We don't know that they're nice, bro.
I wonder if I can talk to one. No, I can't.
Not at that distance, Nin. Not at that
No.
distance.
No, I definitely can't. I thought maybe because they have longer necks and maybe they can hear me, but I guess not.
Well, we have a mission, I guess. So we can, when we get to where we're going, maybe we can ask about them when we get to the place.
Well, I like that idea. Maybe someone will know how to get a chance for us to pet them. I like that idea.
Maybe somebody will have a dino steak wherever we're going.
No.
I'm hungry.
No. Why do you always have to eat all the cool animals?
Well, I don't usually eat that much. Actually, it's just I don't know. For some reason, it feels like they would be tasty. I don't have any idea why. I've never eaten one, but somehow I don't know.
Having these visions of Brontosaurus
Why don't you
burgers from the Flintstones for some reason. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's happening here.
But I don't mind you eating all the mean animals, but let's leave the nice animals alone.
Okay, nice ones are tastier.
Titus, what is Titus's thought throughout this whole exchange?
Are we there yet? Titus is thinking, "Are we there yet?" And he's thinking, "I hope that I don't have to get my rope. It's getting more and more likely that I will." And he's just mentally planning out how many steps it would take to get the rope and tie one or two party members to the wagon.
Which ones?
Well, I know which one of them is because he's threatened me before.
I don't know.
Maze is just kind of sitting there with Fritz and looking at everything going on, and it's like, but the rest of the morning into the afternoon goes, and you get to a point where you get kind of a crossroad, and there's a sign on the crossroad, and the sign points north, the way you came, highlighting some of the cities up to the north. It's got a couple of signs that point south, and a couple of signs that point east. Then there's a newer sign that's pointing west. It says Tribor Crossing Rest is to the west, and based on the information you received from the previous town, that is the direction to Old Maws that you've heard about.
West.
So
it's in.
You think Old Ma would know how to pet a dinosaur?
Yes.
I love Karalee so much.
So
you said it's inland, not on the coast. I guess I hadn't misunderstood.
no, Old Maws is closer to the coast. You guys on the road are a little more inland. You can't see the coast per se, but as you follow in the main trade route east or north to south, this crossroad seems to be a pretty big crossroad, and the varying signs that point to the other directions, north and south and east, are a little worn and weathered. It's this last sign that's newer that is pointing west, closer to the coast, and what they call the Tribor Crossing Rest is what it's pointing to.
Can I see if there are any fresh tracks going west towards the inn?
Go ahead and give me a survival check.
Ooh, dirty 20.
Nice. There are a few sets of wagon and hoof prints, and a couple sets of footprints. They are a few days old, but they do seem to be a set that's heading in that direction, and a few that seem to be coming from that direction.
The footprints, are they walking alongside the wagon trail?
They seem to be walking a little bit different. They're walking at at a different time than the wagon and the hoof prints are. and then as far as the ones coming out, as you see, it's like the wagon and the hoof prints are going in, the tracks are coming out, and you can tell looking at them, they're at various points. So it doesn't look like we're all in one group that went down there.
Any distinguishing characteristic of size of the footprints? Like how large the
Some of
creatures would have
them,
been?
some of them are actually quite large.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them are not. Or some of them are more human-sized and roughly. And it's kind of you kind of can't distinguish between whether or not it's human, elf, orc, or some other creature that's roughly the same humanoid size as you. But you do see a few that are larger, indicating that a humanoid that is larger than you.
Mm-hmm.
And then there are a few smaller footprints indicating probably gnome or halfling, but it's just kind of a mix.
The gnomish or halfling size footprints, are they heading in any direction from leaving the crossroad there?
There appears to be a set that's older.
Mm-hmm.
Several days. It's definitely several days old that seem to be leaving. You can't really tell if there's any going in because of all the other footprints that have gone on.
Okay.
What did you find? What did you find, Titus? Did you find Ellery's foot? You think she came this way? What do you think?
It's too difficult to tell. The road here is fairly worn. There's wagon trails heading in, and several sets of footprints ranging from about gnomish to halfling size, all the way up to rather larger than myself.
Ellery was a gnome, right?
Yes, but
Maybe she had an ogre that she sat on and rode while he walked.
Oh, so he would carry her?
Exactly. You know, the gnomes are small. I couldn't pick one up, but I'm sure an ogre could.
You know this, or you're guessing this? Okay.
Yeah, I'm guessing. But here, let's see. I kind of a mage hand and put it in the mud a little bit and say, look how big is my hand compared to that.
So have we stopped, Steve, a little bit to look at this?
Yeah, right now you're kind of stopped at the signpost and crossroad. Titus is examining the tracks, kind of waiting to see seeing what you guys want to do as far as turning and continuing to head down, or possibly go a different direction.
I say we go towards the inn, and I turn the cart, start turning the cart that way, slowly, and then say, you want to just get going, or do you think we can follow? Do you think you guys can? We don't know anything about who they are, so let's just go towards the inn, I guess.
Yeah, before I get back into the wagon, is there like a weird looking stick or anything on the ground? Anything near the crossroads? Anything, whether it's a stick, a funny looking rock, or anything that I could pick up?
Give me an investigation check.
I will use my glasses because I am looking intently for this.
Okay.
What you doing,
nice.
Titus?
So a 17.
Yep, you find whatever it is you're looking for.
Okay.
Weird looking stick. Yeah. I mean, depends on how weird you're talking. Are you talking like a water wand type thing, or
completely mundane, non-magical?
Okay.
So looking around the trail, I find a rather thick little trunk of a branch, and it's all termite ridden, eaten up, and the pattern of the termite bites appears that it could look like it has a pattern. And I will hand this to Nin and say, "Hey, look at this," and then I get back in the wagon.
Oh my goodness, this is.
And I immediately take off.
Yeah.
Thank you.
As soon as he's on the wagon, yeah, I'm gone.
Whoa. Wow, and then you hear in your head again, thank you, Titus. Thank you. This is fascinating.
Titus, but that's what I interpreted.
like, do you see the pattern that these termites made? This could mean
that's I thought you would appreciate that.
Yeah, this is great. I'm going to definitely keep this around. I might have to look at this all day. I'll figure that out.
Yeah, figure it out. I mean, get to the bottom of it. It's a weird looking stick, and I when I'm thinking of weird looking stick experts, I thought of you.
So, well, I don't know about that, but thank you. Thank you. I am a little bit of an expert in number of things. I can tell you about them all sometime.
Yeah.
But just make sure to look out for ogres.
Yes.
Ogres carrying gnomes.
Yes.
Okay.
Did you see, Pearl? Did you see this stick that Titus gave me?
She'll try to look at the stick as she's running alongside the wagon. Like, oh, that's really cool.
Yeah. Just don't knock it down. I don't want it to get muddy.
No, that's fine. I'll just run ahead now. And she'll zoom ahead again.
Bye, Pearl.
Bye! I'll be right back.
All right, Nin, you have an inspiration that you can use at your display at your discretion.
All right.
Thank you from the tricksters. Oh boy. All right, so coming down the road, after a couple hours, excuse me. We're tired than I thought I was. Maybe I need a little more caffeine in my life. Let's see. So that stick was cool. A couple hours coming down, riding down this trail, you come to a point where you see a bit of there, kind of a sparse kind of forest as you pass through and get closer, and then there's kind of a clearing in there, and you see the wall. You actually start to see the ocean on the horizon as you get close, and coming along the pathway, you come to a point where you see a large kind of structure. It's like a 2-story building. There's a couple of smaller buildings kind of nearby. It's kind of creates kind of a natural kind of like alcove or cul-de-sac that you can bring your wagon up to. You see a couple other horses are there, a few tables. You hear from one of the buildings the sound of a hammer being struck onto metal. It's clear indication of a blacksmith type of work. And as you look down, there's a continued path that kind of goes. You see another structure that's currently under construction. They've got the rough frame kind of laid out, and they're starting to work on building in more of the walls to kind of enclose it. Looking further down, you see in the distance, there's what appears to be the ocean coming up to the shore, and there is some work going on around what looks to like like maybe they're building a dock or a pier. It's still in rough kind of construction. You see a couple of soldiers kind of roaming around this little area. You can definitely get the feel that this is a fresh, new kind of thing. The only piece that looks like it's been there a while is this 2-story structure, and there's a little sign on it that says the Tribor Crossing Rest. In and halfway. It's kind of in and halfway house.
I picked a pretty good Zoom background. That was pure luck.
Yeah, you did. Looking at the dock that is under construction as we kind of pass through that area, can I get a sense about how large of a vessel ship can come into this dock? If it's sized well enough that you could bring in large cargo ships or transport people, all these other kinds of things.
Go ahead and give me another investigation as you're looking at the dock.
Well, I won't. I'll do it at my normal, because I'm not going to get that close to it.
Yeah.
16.
All right. The dock looks like it's actually in a state of being reclaimed and rebuilt. It looks like it's big enough. It looks like it'll be big enough in its current size to allow small, like keelboat type ships. It's not large enough for anything like a sailing ship or a warship or the large ships, but it looks to be about the size for like smaller vessels like rowboats and longboats, and a keelboat would probably be the largest boat that could moor up to this little area. But it looks like you see several carpenters and whatnot working, a couple people digging out sections. It looks like the dock has fallen into disrepair and has been slightly buried over time, and that they're in the process of reclaiming it and potentially expanding it.
Okay.
Nin, of course, has not paid attention to this at all, and is still.
No, Nin is focusing on the intricate patterns of boring and potholes of termites into the stick.
He hasn't even noticed the oceans there, so.
Nope, can't even hear the gulls in the distance. Or the hammers of carpenters, or the blacksmith hammer. He's just all into that. Pearl, what about you? What's your take on this site as you see?
Well, first of all, as soon as she sees any kind of water and stuff, she instantly looks to see if there's any ships, because like she's always kind of like keeping an eye out for her sister that sails on is a merchant. But that's the first thing she looks for, and then after that, she's just like, "Oh wow, I've never been here before. Let's explore."
Yes, but let's stay together, please.
As long as you follow, you'll be fine, right?
Let's. How about we'll let Karalee lead this expedition. How's that?
I guess.
Expedition, explore. What are we doing?
Did you see that one side of the stick? It's different than the other one.
Oh yeah, you're right. Oh my gosh, so many new possibilities. It's infinite ideas within infinite ideas within infinite ideas. Wow.
So I'm gonna just pull up to the I'll just go up to where like we can get the cart up to the inn, I guess.
Mm-hmm. There's a little stable area that you can kind of pull up and essentially park the cart. And this is about the point that Titus and Pearl kind of get off and get a little closer so they can properly view the dock. It's about 500 feet from the inn.
Okay.
Where they go about 500 feet so they can actually get a good view of that. And you see there's also, like I said, there's another structure that's being constructed. It's still in kind of a part, like I said, they've got a rough frame, and it looks like they're working on building in the walls. And there are several people working, and then there are a couple of guards that are kind of hanging out and roaming around. They seem very kind of lax. But
I'll just greet the guards, one of the guards, and just say, "Hello, how's it going? Who's kind of in charge of the town here?"
I was like, well, be honest, we haven't met him yet. We were all contracted out of Waterdeep to come up here and kind of work on building this. He's the new lord, and said before he come down, he wanted us to get a garrison built and for us to stay in. The inn there doesn't have a whole lot of room, but they've been fairly gracious and kind of helping us. And they're a part of this land, so I imagine they might have some agreement. I don't know. They've been here a while. It's pretty quiet. I mean, definitely the weirdest post I've ever seen.
What's so weird about it? If you don't mind me asking.
I grew up in Waterdeep, where it's like you see these mechanical automatons come across, and then there's all this other stuff. But have you seen some of the animals that wander around out here? I mean,
oh, like the big ones out there.
Yeah, they're wild. I spent all my time in this city, and then it was like, oh, see, come join this new city or new town that's getting built. It's like, hey, that sounds like a great place to make some coins. So I went to do that, and then I get out of here. I was like, and the other one, and the
Has
other
he tried
one's
to
like,
pet them yet?
oh, they're scary. They're big.
Oh, I think they look nice.
Who's
The other guy's like, don't mind him. Don't. Rookie kid. No, we typically don't mess with us. We're trying to keep everything safe here from any potential predators. But it's it's a pretty relaxed area. It's nice to see stuff getting built. Sense of something new.
So I know the Lord's not here, but I mean, somebody's probably in charge, right? I mean,
Most likely that would be Old Ma.
oh, okay.
Old Ma run. Aside from the Lord, who's technically the owner or whatever, who he got say some bigwig military veteran or whatever. The local lords all kind of agreed to let him have this little kind of area to kind of establish a little city. But Old Ma was here first, and tell you what, she's a nice lady, but she don't take nothing.
Is she? I'm assuming she runs
Does
the
she
inn
pet
right here?
dinosaurs?
Say again?
Does she pet dinosaurs?
I imagine she could if she wanted to, but she also
Cool.
yeah, I don't know. But yeah, she's probably in the inn doing something.
We should go talk to her. Yeah,
Then
I like that
perks
idea.
up and says to Karalee in their mind, ask them if they have any more cool pieces of wood.
I see some right over there.
Oh, you think I can touch them?
I go for it.
All right.
And as he goes over there,
And they kind of watch Nin.
harmless. I just say harmless, and I just walk into the inn. I know it's a lie.
Mostly harmless.
I
think
know, I haven't found any more that are cooler than yours, Titus.
Only the best for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the garrisons are being built. The dock is being built. There's a blacksmith station over here, and then the inn that has been there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, the inn and it's like there's an inn, like a bunkhouse, and then the blacksmith area. These have all been established there.
Mm-hmm.
You don't see like a palisade or anything that's surrounding it. It's kind of just right there, and the garrison being built and some of the other trails and what our people are working. So it seems kind of it's fairly close to what you're looking at. It's like this stuff's been here, and they're all kind of in that group, and then everything else is several hundred feet away right now, as being like the first set of structures in this kind of town layout.
You said there's a palisade or a rudimentary.
There isn't.
Oh,
There
there's
isn't. In fact, as you look about, at the edge of the clearing you see several areas where where the clearing has been expanded a little bit as they've chopped down trees to get materials. Some of the construction around the dock also is an area where it looks like they're trying to mess with some stone or try to make something they can use for building up the structure. You see different like aisles of building materials, but after that, the woods just go.
Well, like I said, I head inside the inn.
Yep.
And
I'll come with.
I'll follow. I'm excited. I wanted to talk to old Ma. I bet you she'll teach us how to pet dinosaurs. Yep.
Let's save that question though for later. We'll talk first, and then we'll ask the dinosaur question right before we walk out. It doesn't do us any good to ask in the beginning.
True. We might forget how to do it if we ask too soon.
Yeah.
Oh, gentlemen and ladies, please come. We must make sure we're in proper mode to enter an inn. And he prestidigitates the dirt off of everybody.
Yay!
Now we are ready to go.
Okay.
Okay, let's go.
Heads in.
as you walk into this inn, you get the feeling of an air of like a. You see several people are sitting around enjoying a drink and in conversation. There's a couple of aisles of tables, booths off to the side. You see a large kind of bar area where there's a couple of people working and a couple people kind of wandering about. And as you kind of take in, the place feels very kind of welcoming and kind of relaxing. And there's just something about the air and the environment of that is making you kind of feel relaxed and feel somewhat safe.
Is there a
A couple of
fireplace
people
in
were.
it?
Say again.
Is there a fireplace in the main
Yep.
room?
There's a large hearth. There is a fire going. It's not like roaring right now because the temperature is fairly moderate. But inside, it's providing some light. There's some light coming from the windows. You see a stairwell that leads up to the upper floors where where the various rooms are. You see someone. There's like an elf and one attending the bar. You see a couple of humans kind of waiting tables and whatnot. And over in one corner of the place, you see a couple of people. You hear a conversation going, and it seems fairly jovial and very kind of calm. It's a group of the soldiers, and they're talking with a halfling, and they're chatting with the halfling, and they're just kind of back and forth and kind of laughing, and you hear she's kind of talking stories, and the soldiers are just kind of like in awe on some of these stories, and they're like, that can't have happened. And she's like, yeah, it totally happened. Totally happened. And then as she kind of looks up, she looks to see all of you coming in, comes over to y'all and has this very kind of welcoming smile and attitude of you, and welcomes you to the bar and introduces herself.
Hi.
And
Hi,
at this
how you
point,
guys doing? I'm Oldema. Welcome to the Tribal Crossing West. What can I get for you?
You're
Do you
a
have
lot?
milk?
Yep, that's me.
Oh wow. You're not like the other Ma I had, are you? Mean and
Oh no.
no, you seem nice.
Mhm.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Oh Ma. Well, I bet you're not even as old as I don't even know what.
Hey, Zen, or Nin, sorry, that stick. I think it was, look at the bottom.
Okay, wait, I gotta go check out a stick for that you have. If you
Wait,
don't mind,
a stick?
Oma.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
you
I'll be
see
right over here.
Nin kind of looking at this really kind of rotted, like the stick, and just really absolutely fascinated, easily distracted by what the rest are saying.
And I just turned and I said, well, it's not, you're old Ma. It's nice to meet you. I'm Karalee, Lighthands. And I
Nice to meet you too.
extend my hand and I say,
Karalee's really nice.
Huh? She is.
we are just coming through the area and just thought we'd stop by and see what's going on in this particular inn. We're also kind of looking for somebody, and so we're wondering if you've seen a gnome pass through here in the last couple of days. I describe her as best I can, and I try to do it, relatively nonchalantly, so I don't raise any alarms or anything like that.
No. Errol, the description doesn't match up with anyone you've seen come through the tavern in the last few days.
I haven't seen any gnome. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
That's good, 'cause I didn't want to see her. This is a nice place. She shouldn't come in a place like this. If you ever see a gnome that looks like Ellery, then don't let her in.
Thank you for that information. Thank you.
Yeah. Did you know
Yes,
you have
the gnome's name is Ellery that I was talking about. But yes.
Unfortunately, because of Nin's trauma, any description of Ellery is going to attract his attention.
Yes.
So the attempts to distract him don't necessarily work when it comes to Ellery. But no, Ellery has not passed through.
Okay.
There are a couple other gnomes sitting about the area chit-chatting, and then of course with the soldiers and whatnot. Old Ma herself is a halfling, but she kind of has this bearing and this presence of someone who was militaristic and whatnot, and she has kind of very simple kind of commoner type clothes on, breeches, a tunic, and whatnot. She does actually have something around her neck that Titus you would catch, and as you look, it looks like it's a symbol of some type, probably. Who was it? Who was your god again? Who was the one you followed again?
Well, originally, Jonathan, the Paladin from my youth, he followed Pelor.
Okay.
But I follow after the Order of the Ancients.
All right, Karalee, you follow Lothander, right?
Yeah, if I knew Pelor was in this world, I probably would have done Pelor. That's what I was thinking, but I was thinking it's Forgotten Realms, so Lathander is what I mean.
No, you're fine. It's kind of in that same thing. Titus, you recognize that the way the symbol is, that it looks like it's probably a holy symbol of time site. Karalee talking, you notice it is a symbol of Lothander that she has around her neck. She kind of chit chats with them.
Well, then that would definitely, if I noticed it, I would.
Yeah, you would notice it's kind of there, and it's kind of has a bit of an aura to it. Titus, you would definitely kind of notice it as well.
So I pull out mine, and mine's just a simple, literally a wooden one. It's just not even fancy at all. And I just say, I noticed that you follow the Morning Lord.
Yes, I do. I see you do too.
I do. And I say whatever, some phrase that I have no idea.
Good morning, Lord.
So are you one of his clerics or what or how do you work? Do you just worship him, or what do you do?
I don't know how to answer that.
She is actually a paladin for the in the Order of Lathander. This old Ma had done her time as a paladin. After a certain point, has decided to retire from adventuring and took over the inn and kind of reestablished it. It actually fallen into disarray because of an attack about 20 years, 15, 20 years, about 15, 20 years ago. Actually, no, more like 30 years ago. About 30 years ago, there was an attack that wiped out everyone who was in the tavern, and the half house. So it's been abandoned for a while, for about 5-10 years, and then Old Ma and her two sons came to the tavern and started to kind of put it back together and start to run it. And they've been running it for the last 15 years.
I'm fascinated with this whole conversation, really excited. And I just say to her after she's done talking. We're just looking in the area, and we were making our way down south to Salt Marsh eventually. I actually had been down there before, and we just kind of helped out with some problems up at Squall's End. And we were just kind of working our way down the coast and looking for anybody who needs some help along the way, and just trying to see if there's anything like that around here. If you have anything that you would need some help with.
Oh, I can help. I can help with the fire. Here, watch.
Don't.
Fire blows a couple feet out on the hearth.
Oh, okay.
Doesn't singe anybody, but I'm very careful. In fact, I didn't even try to shoot anything, and I shot a fox.
Oh, please don't do that in here. This is a finer establishment.
Yeah, no, you're right.
With that happening, Titus, he will he will offer an introduction and say that I'm Titus, Lightbearer, Paladin, Order of the Ancients. I'm traveling with Karalee here. I'll be just a moment. One moment. So I'll
Okay.
turn and I'll walk and kind of gently, wrap my arm around Nin's shoulder and turn him around and say, hey, let's go check out this over here. And I'll walk out of the tavern with him if he'll let me. Out of the inn with
what's
him.
that big piece of water out there?
That would be the ocean.
The ocean? When did we get to the ocean?
Yeah, but something you didn't notice was this stick over here.
Oh,
Completely
yeah.
different than the one you have.
No, but the
See,
one I have is special because you gave it to me first. It's the first special stick.
And Titus will reach down and pick up this stick and hold it up next to the other one that he's got and say, see, this is a different piece of wood.
Yeah,
Maybe it
yeah,
means something.
yeah. But I like the ocean now. It's cool. Did you hear that sound before? That's waves. I think that's waves. Can I go down to the dock and check it out?
Of course you can. Go ahead.
Oh, thank you, Omai. You're the best.
Oh, no problem.
See, that's a sweet old lady there.
I'm gonna
I
let
don't even think she's old, actually.
I'm gonna let Nin walk wherever he's wanting to go, and I'm just happy he's no longer going to burn down the inn.
Thank you so much for that.
And I would have introduced myself when the chant arises that I'm Pearl of Astral Plane, tribe of Brightcliff. It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Welcome to the inn.
It has a very nice, warm look to it.
Mm-hmm. Been around for 85 years. It's taken a while to get it to be like this.
I said, Bill had a question for you. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah. I did have a question. Do you know how to pet dinosaurs?
Oh yes, I've pet so many dinosaurs.
Oh,
so
can you
many.
teach us how to do it? I totally want to go pet some dinosaurs.
It's a bit of an art, so it might take a minute, but sure.
Oh, I'll take the time to learn it. I'll try.
So feel free to go into a story about petting dinosaurs.
So when can we go and learn how to do this? Because I would totally like to learn how to pet the dinosaurs.
It's gonna be a minute because the closing's not for another couple hours, so.
Okay. So I need to find something to do until then. And she's like looking around the tavern, and obviously I'm sure there's things on the tables and stuff like that. And
yeah, there are bits on the table. One of the staff brings you over some milk, so you can.
Oh, that's good. That'll keep her busy
because you asked for it. It's kind of a waving it over, and you guys are kind of chit-chatting, and Old Ma's telling you about some of the stories about dinosaurs. She's petted and whatnot. You guys are kind of sitting there relaxed. Nin hasn't come back for a little while. And then as you're kind of there, all of a sudden the door kind of flies open and another little halfling boy runs in, and he's dressed in kind of a ranger's type of garb. He's got an arrow, he's got a quiver, he's got a bow, he's got a hunting knife, and he comes in and he's just heavily panting and in a complete panic. He goes, Ma!
Hellfire, what happened? Are you okay? Slow down. And are you talking? What is happening? What is happening?
There's a pack of them. They're awful close. They're too close.
A pack of what, love? A pack of what?
Predators.
Are you serious?
Yes. I was out hunting, getting some deer for tonight, and I saw them, and there's a trio of them. They're too close.
Oh my god.
What kind of predators?
And at this point he sees you, and he all of a sudden starts to kind of clam up, like he's now realizing there are other people in the room, and he gets real quiet all of a sudden, really quiet at the
Can we help
sight.
with something?
Please do. Please do.
What kind of
What in...
predators?
Elfire, do you know what type of predators?
It's a bat.
Oh, no.
I think you called them Allosauruses. Big ones. There's a trio.
A trio? Oh no. Please help us. As you see, I'm old. I can't do this. Please help.
I have no problem helping, but I'm gonna make an insight check because I have a feeling she's not so old.
Yeah.
She could actually do it, but I have no problem helping. Don't get me wrong. I'm gonna help.
Go ahead and roll your insight.
That's 17 plus. That's 23.
Looking at
old,
her,
I swear.
looking at the way her bearing is and her stance, is she immediately kind of went defensive with her son rushing in and talking about this. And as she kind of tells you she's old and whatnot, you realize that she is more than capable of dealing with this, but is trying to weigh being that rushing out or being that last line. Because you kind of have gotten this sense that old Ma is kind of like this, has this kind of persona of being welcoming and kind of that mother hen type of thing, looking out for everybody. Seeing as y'all are fairly capable adventurers who've come in, and being a former adventurer, she knows that you guys have some skills, and she's willing to. She's also equally just kind of shocked that her son is so adamantly talking, because you get the impression that he doesn't talk very much. The fact that he's talking now is kind of significant, but again, he's also in a panic because these are large predatory creatures that are nearby. And he knows that if they get too close, then old Ma has to deal with it. She has to deal with it. Then things are definitely kind of hitting the fan, so to speak.
So he's a halfling too, obviously.
Yeah, he's a younger halfling. You're a halfling as well, right?
Right.
So you're looking at old Ma. You're realizing that she's right. She's about 85. But knowing that halflings live to be well over 200, it's not too far of a stretch to realize that she probably still a little spry left, a little bit of energy left in her, but she's also, by her stance and demeanor, she's also not a inexperienced fighter.
At this time, Nin busts through the door. He's dripping wet from salt water, and he's chewing on a piece of leather thong. He's like, "There's something weird going on out there." Oh, wait. You press the digitate till try. There's something weird going on out there. I fell in, but everybody's acting weird. What's going on?
We've noticed that. Please help us out.
Titus, come on, Karalee, let's go help him.
Let's do this.
Before we do,
mage armor, by the way, pulling on my leather thong.
Before we leave, I'll ask Old Ma if she's dealt with these creatures before and could provide any insight into how to deal with them.
Yes, she has dealt with them before. They typically work in small. They're typically hunt in small groups. They have a pretty wide area to range in, and they normally, in every so often, they'll get close, but it's typically ones, maybe twos. But a trio is extremely rare. These are fairly large bipedal dinosaurs that can hunt. There are larger ones, but these are these are a bit smaller, but still can be a bit of a handful. It's been a while. It's been a few months since I had to deal with any close to the tavern area.
We're on the Dino Coast, huh?
So I'll just he's my height. I'm assuming the son probably is, but I just kind of put my hand on the shoulder and I say, "We've got this. Don't worry about it. Just stay here and protect your mom." And I turn around and I say, "You guys coming? Let's go take care of this."
Yep. Let's go.
I'm gonna ask Elfire. Elfire, where's your brother? Where's Terramin?
He's where he's always at, in the shop.
Okay, just wanted to make sure, especially with all this going on. I just want to make sure he hadn't gone missing. We would have to send somebody after him.
No, he's still there. I told him. He said to go tell you.
Okay, thank you, buddy. Thank you.
Okay. Do you guys need to? Do they need to know where to go? Do you want me
Pearl
to?
ran off. She wasn't thinking about that part.
Yep. Because he watched the Tabaxi run out the door, and was like,
Yeah, that would be great. Which way do we go?
he kind of looks at looks at old Ma, and then looks at y'all. Says, if you go north, if you go south a bit, they're in the tree line. Probably not too far from here. He's very nervous. It's like just that encouraging, but knowing seeing that Karalee's another halfling, he's a little bit open to talking, and felt that Nin is just weird.
I get the sense that this kid's panic is sincere, right?
Yes, he's very
Okay.
sincere in his panic.
Okay.
And he's very astute if he thinks Nin is weird. No, I'm kidding.
Actually, Nin's gonna try to talk to him. He's like, in his mind, he's like, "Hey, little guy, it'll be all right." Really, I don't usually talk too much either. Not at least to the adults, but it'll be okay. Really, we've got this.
Roll a persuasion.
Persuasion. Alrighty. Persuasion. That's a 14.
He hears this in his head, and he's kind of looking about, like, what happened?
It's okay, buddy. It's okay. Not gonna hurt you, I promise.
Okay. He calms him a little bit, knowing that how strong Mom is. He calms down a little bit. But he's still a little shaken and still kind of that in a bit of a panic.
Then please relax on the hand movements. It scares him. Thank you.
Okay.
Let's go take it. We got to catch up to Pearl. She's probably halfway down the coast already.
Okay. See you later, old lady.
I'm trying to pet these ones.
I just came back to the door and asked him.
Pearl
As
comes
Nin
back
lea-
and kind of
as
looks
Nin
at
is
you. Looks at
leaving-
y'all. It's like, especially when she looks at Titus. Didn't follow. Supposed to follow.
As Nin is leaving, and I just hear him say, "Bye, old lady," I'm just gonna be like, "Did you just call me old?" As he's going out.
I meant old Ma. Sorry.
And that's where we're going to take a quick break for a few minutes. We want to give a special thank you to our guest, Mayflower, who's one of my mods, also one of my oldest players, in the sense that she's played with me quite a while.
It's an old mod.
And,
She's not really an old lady.
want to take a moment to kind of recognize her and the work she put in to the creation of Old Ma. This is her NPC character that she created for the studio for a project that we were working on. So a shout out to the rest of my balladeers, which is a contributor group for working on some story stuff. We had a couple of things we were working on, and they helped design and kind of lay out this area as a starting town for a project we were working on in Old Ma. So it felt really good to kind of bring them into Kofin proper and give them their little spot. And Mayflower was very nice and kind to volunteer to play her character that she created.
Woo!
So
Very nice.
Cool.
Thank you.
we're
Thank
gonna
you guys for having me.
Yeah, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back. We're going to get up, stretch, grab drinks, all that kind of thing, and we will see you in a few minutes. So don't go away.
Let's be like this.
Mhm.
And we're back.
Yay.
Alrighty. So coming back in, we had Old Ma and her son, Elfin, who Elfire, who came running in, tell you about some Allosauruses that were nearby. These are a concern. You agreed to help, and kind of got a rough idea that they're they're to the south in the tree line. As so right now you're just outside the tavern. Pearl has come back, realizing that as she ran off for about 100 feet, realizing that you are not immediately following her, she had this exasperated sigh, came back to to get y'all.
Yep.
She of course ran north.
Yes, I did. Actually, I rolled for it. I did run north.
Oh wow. Coincidence.
Send direction. Fast.
So what do you guys how do you guys wish to proceed?
Let's head south. They're to the south, Pearl.
Alright.
That's fine with me. I'm just waiting for you guys to actually follow this time. Let's go.
I,
Alright.
I thought
Let's
we
go.
discussed this. Karalee is leading the expedition this time.
Well, let's go.
I'm moving.
I'm following you,
Okay.
Caroline.
Yay! She follows Karalee.
Alrighty. So you get into the trees and you kind of start going. You get to be about roughly a quarter mile out, and I want everyone to roll a survival check.
Survival. Oh dear.
Ooh, 21.
That was good without any help. 19.
All right, Pearl,
14.
Titus,
21.
Karalee.
16.
Okay. So Titus and Nin, you guys both notice some signs of a large creature had passed through, some footprints, kind of a three-toed indentation into the ground.
Looks like a big one, Titus. I don't think the stick's gonna help. But maybe.
You can play fetch.
Yeah. Come on, sticky stick.
Never know. Maybe they like to play fetch.
What's fetch?
Where you have the doggy chase the stick.
Oh, I never had a dog that I know of.
I don't really like dogs that much, but
Yeah.
I sense some bias there.
what?
So I see the tracks, or which way they're heading.
You see you see some tracks, and you can kind of get an idea of the direction.
Mhm.
And as you kind of look, you see there's a group of them, and you can start following the tracks.
Yeah. At this point, I'm looking directly at Pearl and then, and
It's the guy in plate armor.
yeah.
Oh, I'm good at this stealth.
Yeah.
So based on the footprint size, and obviously not trying to make thinking these things are big, right? If these are
The large
Yeah.
creatures.
Mm-hmm.
I just say, hey, let's focus on one at a time. Take them down.
Do you think we could get them separated at all? Like lure one away from the others? Probably not, right?
Maybe with a stick. I don't.
Hey, you never know. They might like to play fetch.
So I look over at Karalee and say it would be best if we could at least pull one away from the rest. So we should approach
I could
carefully.
try to get them interested in a stick.
I don't have
If-
anything that can help with that.
Yes. Well, we've got to find them first.
Nin, do you have any? I can't remember. Have we seen you do any like illusion magic at all?
I don't think I have anything like that, but I can make the water and such do weird things off the trees. Or I can send out my magic hand. I'm not sure how far that goes though.
So we haven't ever seen your character do anything illusion wise, right?
No.
Not
Okay.
yet.
All right, so then I wouldn't say anything like that. Okay.
Although I can shoot this bolt and maybe it'll catch on fire. But maybe we should wait till we see the big critters.
Yeah.
So encouraging to move stealthily through the forest.
Yes.
All right, go ahead and roll those stealth checks.
Good luck, Titus.
Yeah.
If it'll load, it's being stupid.
I'm using halfling luck. Halfling luck. I rolled a 1.
Nice.
Oh, that wasn't that much better.
Yes!
I'm
Pearl,
giving
wow.
Titus a hard time, and I only have a 12. So,
Yeah, I've got a 7.
oh, okay. So,
You can still give me a hard time.
So as Titus
I
sits
got a
there,
nat 20. I disappeared again.
oh, I'm seeing it. Yeah, you had an 8 on your survival, and then okay. So I see Titus with a 7, a Nin with a 16, a Pearl with a 26. Karalee, what'd you get?
12.
12?
Yeah.
Okay. So as Titus kind of yelled to be silent, Pearl kind of smiles and nods, goes behind a tree and just vanishes.
Pearl, where are you? Pearl.
And then you're starting to move as best you can to be stealthy. Karalee kind of trips.
I did better.
Steps on a branch, and you hear it kind of snap. Titus, on the other hand, as he kind of walks, you hear the clank of the plates in his armor as he kind of brushes past a branch, and it is not looking good for being quiet.
So he wanted us to separate, try to get him separated, right, Titus? So I start to veer away from Titus.
Me too. Uh-huh.
I have a feeling I see the plan that's forming here, whether Titus realizes it or not.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Open forest
I'm
or
gonna like work my way around so that when the dinosaur hears them, we're out behind and attack from behind.
is an open forest or is there lots of shrubs around?
You're kind of you're in a pretty dense part of the forest. There's a lot of there's some underbrush to kind of move through and kind of move from tree. You see Pearl kind of dart. You attempted to watch, but Pearl is darting from tree to tree to tree. So you really can't see where she has gone, but you can tell where Titus is, and you can tell where Karalee is.
I go towards the direction that I think Pearl went. I think.
So, as you guys are kind of progressing along, go ahead. As you're kind of progressing along, Karalee, you get a sense something is nearby.
I'll kind of like put my hand up for everybody to hold, and I'll kind of listen more carefully.
All right. Go ahead and roll an active perception check.
Okay. 21, same as my passive. Another 15.
Hey, at least it wasn't less than your passive, right?
Yeah, that's true.
You got a 21. You got a 21 on your active.
Yeah, 15
All right.
plus
As you kind of give your symbol for everybody to freeze, and as you kind of look about, you notice that in the distance, about 100 feet off to your left, for a brief moment, you see an eye in the brush, looking in your direction.
Okay, I'm gonna shoot at it with my crossbow.
Alrighty. Go ahead and
I'll say over there, and I shoot with my crossbow.
All right, go and roll for your attack.
Okay, I'm at disadvantage because you said 100 feet, right?
Yep, it's about 100 feet out.
Yeah, my crossbow's only 80, so
I thought we were going to separate them first, but oh well.
well, okay, so here's the question, Scoob. So my first, I got like a 15 on the first one, which doesn't matter because that's deception, or it's a disadvantage. And I got a 1 on the second one. But with halfling luck, can I re-roll that?
Yes.
Okay, I just wasn't sure how it works. with
Halfling
this-
luck lets you reroll ones.
I just wasn't sure what disadvantage if that works out. So, okay. Oh man, it was a natural 20. Dang it. All right, so 13 plus 5, so 18 is the total.
18 will hit because it was technically in the brush, so it would have had half cover, but you still beat its AC, so it still hits.
All right, so that's 7 plus 3, so that's 10 damage.
10 damage. Alrighty, so as for the three of you, because I take it you're all trying to keep each other in eyesight, which Pearl, it's damn near possible because she rolled a nat 20, so she just like vanished behind trees. But for Nin and Titus, or for you guys, you all kind of see Karalee point and then shoot. And then it impacts. And you hear a snarl. And you see brush and trees kind of snap as this Allosaurus on 2 feet, teeth and just ferocity, starts to charge Karalee. And that's where we'll roll initiative.
Oh, yay!
Ooh. Nat 20 for 23.
Hold that thought.
Yep.
All right, so Nin got a 23.
Yep.
All right, Pearl,
I got a 6.
Karalee,
I would have 16.
Titus.
15.
All righty. Alrighty, so Nin, you're first up. You see the creature come charging out of the brush after Karalee's hit. It's about 100 feet from Karalee. What do you choose to do?
I'm going to put a bolt in my crossbow, say some magic-y words, and it's going to not catch on fire right away. And then I'm going to hit it, and then it'll shoot off and catch on fire.
Okay.
Like, God damn it. So I shot a firebolt at it.
A bolt that's on fire. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, it's actually a magic bolt, but 12.
12 does not hit.
Ah, dang it
It
all.
actually just kind of just misses as it sails on by.
Stupid crossbow. Stupid magic. All right. I think that's it.
All right. So next up is this Allosaurus. It's charging up, and it doesn't, because it's 100 feet. It gets right up and then uses its dash to close the distance. And as it rushes up, it uses an ability to pounce because it had this straight distance of excess of 30 feet. So
Is it going after Karalee?
yep,
Or-
it's charging Karalee.
All right.
Actually, no. Okay, no. It has to be. So it uses its dash to close the distance, but it doesn't actually get to make an attack. So it's now right up on Karalee for this. So, which will bring us to Karalee.
Okay.
You are
So it's
looking
right-
up at this creature with teeth and everything, just snarling, getting ready to come down and bite you.
And it's the only one we see, right? So for right now.
Yes.
Okay.
You were the one that made the hit, so it went straight to you.
No, it's fine.
In its rush, Nin tried to fire but missed.
Okay, so I drop the crossbow and I'm going to smack it with my staff. I'll kind of skirt around the side of it a little bit to create some space for someone else to step in. And I will an unarmed strike as well. So my staff strike is going to be let's see here, that's 11 plus 5. So 16.
16 will hit. Roll damage.
Okay, good. All right. And that's going to be 8 damage. And then I'll do my bonus unarmed strike. And that's also going to be a 16.
All right, that'll definitely hit. Roll damage.
Oh, I rolled out of my little thing here. That's going to be 5 damage.
Okay.
And then I'm going to take my bonus action. I'm going to spend a key point, and I'm going to do patient defense. So it gives me the dodge action. So it'll be a disadvantage to attack me.
All righty, duly noted.
Okay. And that's my turn. And I'm just on the side of it, just to
Kind of on the side, it'll have to turn and try and bite you.
basically. Yeah.
Yep. All righty. That is good to know. Next up is Titus.
So how far am I roughly from this creature?
Depending on how far away you are from Karalee, you're probably staying within movement to where you can rush up on each other to support. So
Okay.
you'd be about 30. You'd be just under 30 feet from Karalee.
All right. As
I
a
would say
bonus
about
action,
20 feet from him because I know that he can't move as fast as I can.
right?
That works.
As a bonus action, I'm going to activate my Eldritch Claw tattoo,
Okay.
which allows me to attack with a melee weapon up to 30 feet from me,
Okay.
and I will attack. So
All right. Go and roll for attack.
22 to hit.
That will totally hit.
All right. First damage is 4, and then I get an additional d6. 4. So that is 8 damage total.
All right.
And I will move around to the side where I'm standing next to Karalee.
Okay. You come up. Your claw reaches out, does the attack, and you come up. And you at this point, you're noticing that the Allosaurus is actually getting a bit sluggish.
Mm-hmm.
From these impacts. And it's the blood flow and whatever. So you're realizing you've done between the two of you, you've done some significant damage. So
Okay.
next up is Pearl.
Okay. I had an idea, but since this is getting sluggish, I might wait a little bit. One, can I see the other ones at all since this one's getting sluggish?
Roll a perception.
Okay. Roll. Is that roll? Yes, it is. That's an 11.
Not aware of anything. You're not aware of anything yet, but you do hear movement.
Okay.
Off to the side. Off to the sides, in two different directions.
Okay.
It's like if you're standing and looking at the Allosaurus, to the left and to the right, you hear movement, but it's too far off to see.
Okay. So what I was thinking about doing, but since it's getting sluggish, I'm gonna shift it a little bit. But I was going to climb a tree and try to jump on its head and claw its eyes out so that it couldn't see us. But since it's almost out already, I thought about just staying in the tree throwing a dart at it, try to take it out, and then use that tactic if another one comes.
That's fair. That's fair. Go ahead and roll for your attack.
So let's see here, dart. Roll. Work. 15 to hit.
15 will hit. Roll damage.
16 piercing. No, sorry, six, not 16.
6 piercing. Okay.
Yeah, just 6. Yeah, I read it
It's
wrong.
like 16 on a dart. Really? What kind of darts they
No,
are?
right,
She's
yeah, no.
really good. She's really
Yeah.
good.
Right in the eye, because that's what I was thinking about anyway, right? No, no, it's just.
Oh, right in the eye holes, as
Yeah, of course. That's where I always
as
aim.
someone in another dimension would put it.
Oh yes, I love her idea, and I've stolen it, and I say it for everything now.
Except if we
You're
ever
not
get
wrong.
a Cyclops, then it'll be right in the eye hole.
Yeah.
Alrighty, yeah, that definitely hurting on it.
Yeah, and that'll end my turn. If I can't, well, I can't. I don't think I could do it with a bonus. But I'd like to, redo my stealth if I can. Let me look at my bonuses real quick. Bonus action. I can't. I don't think I can hide on a bonus action.
Typical rogue
don't think
thing. You're Shadow Monk, though. You might have that ability.
I don't think so, but I'll double check. But I can come back.
Yeah, double check while we go up. You hear a little bit of roar, like some roaring and some movement. Like a couple of creatures are coming in from the sides, which will bring us back to the top of the order with Nin. Nin, you see that the Allosaurus is engaged with Karalee. Titus is right next to Karalee. They've both dealt damage to it. It's looking a little sluggish and hurt. And you know there's movement off to either side of the area you're currently engaged with.
Right.
So
Is
what do
that
you do?
movement farther than I can see?
Yeah, it's farther than you can see right now.
And how far away am I from the wounded Allosaurus?
Between 20 and 30 feet.
Okay.
Enough where you almost a full movement just to get right up close.
If anyone was watching or can see, they see my eyes go completely black, and the Allosaurus starts to writhe in pain, like shaking its head as I cast Dissonant Whispers,
All right.
which is a Wisdom 14 saving throw.
Fails the save.
So it takes 12 points of damage.
Alrighty. All right.
No, I cannot.
It's still standing, but it is definitely in pain.
All right.
Do you wish to move? Is there anything else you wish to do?
I'm going to move a little bit closer to the Allosaurus and Karalee and Titus.
So you're gonna move closer to Karalee and Titus?
Yeah, so I'm about maybe 20 feet away from him instead of...
Okay. So you move up. You're now in melee range with the Allosaurus, and you're right up there with Karalee and Titus.
Right.
Which brings us to its turn. And see. It is going to attack Nin.
Yay.
Is Nin within 5 feet, or is he 10 feet?
He's on the. He would be on the other side of Karalee,
Yeah.
so he would probably be just outside of 10 feet.
Okay.
Yeah, so what are you attacking?
A
You
large
have disadvantage on it. So.
And that is going to be a 24 to hit.
Oh, geez. Yeah, that hits.
All right. As it comes down to bite you. For 11 points of piercing damage as
Okay.
it comes down and sinks its teeth in you.
All right. And then just kind of yells a little bit. Ah!
I hadn't used the inspiration yet.
Got inspiration?
He was working against us.
Karalee, you're up.
Okay. So I see this. I'm going to. Nin's close to me, right? You said.
Yeah, Nina's. You got
Okay.
Titus on one side. You got
Yeah.
Titus on one side. Nin's on the opposite.
All right. I will kind of do the same thing, but this time I'll do my staff first. That's gonna be 9 plus 5, 14.
14 will hit.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay, that's only going to be 4 damage.
All right.
And
So as you come down and you hit the, I guess you're coming around. You hit the Allosaurus
in the
in the-
kneecap.
yeah, in the kneecap, or since it's bit down on Nin, you can come around and kind of crack it across the eye.
Yeah, for sure.
And as you do that, it releases Nin and falls over and collapses.
I staffed it in the eye hole. All right. Anyways.
Yay!
Also, if you look in, then he's got his mucus coating shining through his face and robe.
I will. So I'll do that. Oh man, and then I guess I'll use my key point thing to do the healing on Nin.
Okay.
And that's going to be 7 back to you, Nin.
All right, thank you.
All right. Next up is Titus. You see this Allosaur has fallen over. You hear movement coming from two sides of the air of opposite sides, closing in. What do you do?
Can I judge distance from us?
Just over 100 feet.
Okay. I will tell Karalee and Nin and Pearl, if she's nearby, that I hear these coming. They're about 100 feet, a little more than 100 feet out, and to get ready. They're likely to charge like the last one did.
Okay. What are you readying?
I am going to ready an attack with my sword. As soon as any creature, any of the dinosaurs get within 30 feet of me.
Alrighty. And with that, from your left, charging out of the brush is another Allosaurus. It's using its full movement and dashing to close the distance, and is now right up in melee with you. So go ahead and let off your attack.
Okay. Ooh, so close. 24.
24 will hit.
All right. What's with the one? Second time with the one. So that is 4 damage, and I'm going to add Divine Smite.
Okay.
Plus my my Eldritch bonus, which gives me a D6. So
Okay.
4 plus 2 is 6, and then 2d8. That is 5, so 11 damage total.
Alrighty, that is a solid hit as the Allosaurus comes up, rears up, and you're able to just kind of come around with that attack. Yelps and growls in pain as it takes the hit.
Okay.
All right, Pearl, you're up.
All right, I'm gonna try my little trick, and we're gonna try and claw these eyes out. Since I can use my claws with my martial arts,
Okay.
so I'm gonna try and jump on its head.
All right, give me an acrobatics
Yep.
to nail the landing.
Come on, acrobatics.
Oh, Mary Lou Retton.
Showing your age. Showing your age, Nin.
That's a 10. I have a +6, man. +6. What's the point?
You leap down, but you misjudge it just a bit, and you miss the dinosaur and land on the ground next to the dinosaur.
He goes like this.
Good.
Do I need to worry about fall damage? If so, I'll use a slow fall.
It would be 2d6 of fall damage.
Yeah, I'll use slow fall then.
All right, what does slow fall do?
You can use your reaction when you fall to reduce your fall damage. You take by
By 20.
20.
Say again?
By 20, I can reduce the fall. You take by 20.
Yeah, you reduce it because 2d6 is not going to give you, not
Yep.
going to grow 20. But it's d6 for every 10 feet.
But this is part of the reason I like to do the jumps with her, because she can counteract with the slow fall.
So yeah, you land and you realize you misjudge it, and you come down,
hiss
and
in
then just at the last moment, you totally nail the superhero landing, and then you stand up. What do you do now? Now you go ahead and make your attack roll.
Okay.
It said claw, so you're gonna claw anyway.
Oh, I'm still gonna claw. Yeah, I'll still, because I already have them out, and I can still do the exact same thing with my unarmed strikes with my claws. So.
Okay.
Let's see here. And I got that 20. Why couldn't I have done that with the acrobatics? That's fine. The damage is better anyway.
Better here. What are you talking about?
I know, right?
That 20 definitely hits. Go ahead and roll. Go ahead and roll and calculate your damage.
All right. If I can get the thing that I want to. Okay. So it is normally a D4, and then I rolled 7 damage with that. So that would be, I am not thinking, 11 damage for the first strike.
Alrighty, 11 damage. Good hit.
And then, of course, I will follow that up with my bonus action, which is, okay, it is the same thing, so I can use the claw again. Okay. And that is a 9 to hit on the second one.
9 does not hit.
Okay.
Alrighty. So as you come down and you guys are all focusing on this one, from behind you, another one charges out of the brush and charges up on you. You now have a dinosaur on the left and a dinosaur on the right, and you guys are all in the middle.
Yay! Just
And
where we
unfortunately,
want to be.
it had to charge up its full 120 feet to get to you, so it cannot make an attack this round. Top of the order, Nin.
Top of the morning. Nin's going to, let's see, how far away is he from Titus and the Allosaurus? That's
You guys are all essentially in
Oh,
melee
man,
range of
okay.
each of these
all
two
right.
dinosaurs.
So he's going to take a little stride forward, rub some iron powder that he got from the mine all those weeks ago, and he's going to twin cast enlarge and reduce on Titus enlarge, and on the Allosaur reduce. With
Cool.
Titus
Can you do that? Two different. You can cast the spell on two different people, but at the same time. But I think it has to be the same effect.
Does it?
Well, if so, you could do it on the 2 dinosaurs and make them small.
Yeah, I could. I thought I could split it.
Is it the same spell?
It's the same. It's the same spell, but I think you have to make. It's the fact you have to choose whether you enlarge or reduce.
I don't know on that one.
So that because twin spell is essentially I cast the same spell,
Right.
the same intent. I can just cast it on 2 creatures instead of 1.
Oh, okay.
Okay, well then I'll reduce both the dinosaurs.
Okay. You
And they
reduce
have to
both
do
the
a
dinosaurs.
Constitution 14.
What's the save?
Con 14.
On 14. Oh. Yeah, cool. First one makes it. Second one fails.
Yes.
All right. So that second one is shrunken down from large to medium.
Okay.
And he has minus 1d4 on his attack.
All right, go and roll the d4.
Okay, let me go roll it. D4. Rolling. That's 2.
So
Minus
-2 on
2.
attacks.
As Titus sees this happening, he says loudly enough for Pearl to hear, "Just because it's smaller doesn't mean you get to pet it."
But I could ride it a lot easier.
But he looks cute.
Ironically, it's the one that she's clawing at. It's the one that failed its save and shrank down. So she's literally right there, kind of looking at her claws.
Did I do that? And that'll be the end of my round.
Alrighty.
That's concentration, by the way.
Yes.
Lasts for 1 minute.
Yep. And it's just it's the D4 on attack rolls or D4 on attack and damage.
I think it's on damage.
Go. All right. Oh, Karalee, you're up.
Okay. All right. So did they both? Did they both get shrunk or just the one?
No, the one that ran up from behind you guys
Yeah.
is still full size in there. The one that you all hit that ran up just before it shrank down to a medium-sized creature.
Okay. You said we're all close enough. I think I'll just go at that shrunken one.
Okay.
If I can get there without a problem.
You're within melee of it, so you can totally get there.
All right.
You're all in kind of a melee in kind of a melee dog pile.
Okay. I will swing at it with my staff. That's going to be a 21 to hit.
That will hit.
Oh, that's 10 damage.
Alrighty.
And then if it's still up, which it probably is, I will bonus action, and I'll just do a regular strike. I won't use my key points. So that'll just be 18.
That'll hit.
And that'll be 5 damage.
All right. It is definitely not doing well. All right. Next up is that's the end of your turn, right, Karalee?
Yeah. I already said I wasn't going to do flurry of blows, so that's fine. That's enough.
All right. That will bring us to Titus.
So this one looks like it's pretty worse for wear right now, right?
Yeah, the one that shrank down is in pretty bad shape. It's bleeding from a couple of from several scratches, and you see some bruises starting to form.
Okay. I will go ahead and try and finish it off.
Alrighty.
A dirty 20 to hit.
That will hit. Roll damage.
Nice.
Oh, finally. Full die. So 11 plus 6. So 17 damage.
Yeah. You come through and you just kind of cleave it, and then it falls over and starts to kind of twitch a little bit.
And then grows big.
Actually,
probably not.
I think it does. It resumes its size, I think, if it dies.
And now
So, yeah.
my turn.
Visual, how cool that would be.
Yeah, it comes through and it's like the head is nearly cleaving off, and as it hits the ground, it grows back up. Now you have now you got two on a pile on your back as you turn, and all of you focus your attention on the one that's still standing, which will bring us to Pearl.
Okay. Can I climb it?
You can certainly try.
I would like to try that and climb it and see if I can attack it out of its face.
All right, go ahead and do that acrobatics.
Okay. See if I can do better this time. Oh, okay. That's a wrong roll. That's a wrong roll. Hang on. I thought that was the roll. I was like, come on, please give me a good one. You gotta be kidding me! I got a 9.
You're falling everywhere.
No, you can't. You can't quite scale it to get to its head.
It keeps wiggling too much.
Yeah, it's a little mad.
Like it's in combat or something.
Yeah, you might be in combat or something. Who knows?
Yeah,
So what do
yeah.
you, so you go up and you don't quite get purchase to pull yourself up from the movement. So what are you gonna do?
I would say that either as I'm falling or after I land, whatever, I would try to rebuttal the rebuke of climbing it with an attack.
All right, go and roll for attack.
All right, we're gonna pull out the quarterstaff and we'll hit it with that.
Okay.
Let's see here, quarterstaff. Where'd it go? Here it is. And that is a 19 to hit.
19 will hit. Roll damage.
Coolio. 9 damage.
Okay.
And then I will follow that up with a flurry of blows. So I'll get down onto that one.
Roll.
Blows. So we'll go this one. That is a 25 to hit.
25 will hit.
Oh. For 7 damage.
I think it's the closing her camera. She turned off her camera.
Yeah, looks like that's what happened.
Yeah. And then the third one is a 12 to hit.
All right. 12 does not hit.
Okay.
What was the damage on the second hit?
7.
Alrighty. This is... Where did I have you at?
Am I running away from the Allosaurus now? Ah!
Now's your chance to throw your stick at it.
Oh yeah, I was gonna try that. I forgot. Oh well.
Moving on. So, all right, next up is it. And since there are 4 of you at random, it will be Pearl who gets the attack.
Makes sense since I was the last one that hit anyway.
I went by in order the initiative. Roll the
yeah,
d4, and I got a 4 on the die. So you're the last you're the last of the party in the initiative. So
Yeah, I know.
so
I still think it's funny though because I was the last one that hit that hit it, so it makes sense in that aspect as well.
all right. And you would be within 10 feet of Titus. So that's disadvantage on the attack roll, correct?
No, it has to be 5 feet, I
5
think,
feet.
right?
5 feet? Okay.
Yeah.
Is that all the time?
I believe it's in all the time.
It's only if I use my reaction
Ah,
to
yeah.
do that.
I mean, it's not an aura of clad.
No.
so Pearl, that is a 14 to hit.
That does not hit.
Alrighty. Back to
I'm
the top of
making
the
him up.
order with Nin.
Okay. Nin's gonna stand there, his eyes go black again, and some mucus bubbles to the top. And he casts Dissonant Whispers. And again, the Allosaurus kind of shakes its head and as if it's listening to very bad, heavy metal music. And it has to do a wisdom 14.
Yep, it fails the wisdom save.
All right. That is 13 points of damage.
Oh, wow.
Alrighty. Okay. That complete your turn?
That's it.
All right, Karalee, you're up.
Okay. I will say, you're not going to bother the village anymore. Oh, that's a natural 20. Take the staff and I go up because he probably just bit down at Pearl and I'm right in the teeth. And that's going to be 16 damage.
Alrighty, that's a good hit.
And then I'm going to do an unarmed strike and I'll do a flurry of blows. Oh my gosh, you're not going to. I rolled another natural 20.
Wow.
That's crazy. That's going to be 4.
I have some
7.
nice
That's full damage. That's 11 damage.
All right. How do you want to do it?
Yeah. So like I said, I say bad doggy, and I I go, I smack him in the teeth, and then I just kind of, since his hand, I just crack him across the face since he's down low.
So as the
'Cause I don't
staff comes
usually do
in,
that.
you see it hits, and several of the teeth break under the impact. And then as you come around with the fist, you break a few more teeth as it falls, as it kind of crumples down and collapses.
Woohoo! Wow, we didn't even have to use my stick. You had your own stick.
Yes, we like using sticks. They work
Keep
very
softly
good.
and carry a big.
Oh, yeah.
So with that, all 3 of these dinosaurs are down and
Yes.
bleeding out and dead. What do you guys do now?
Can I get a souvenir by trying to get one of the teeth? I don't know how big would the tooth be. It'd be probably pretty big, right?
It'd be about 4 or 5 inches.
That'd
A
be
couple
cool.
of them are a little bit shorter as you look, because a couple of them are broken.
I wouldn't mind getting try and see if I can get one that's a nice long one.
All right, go. How do you want to go about extracting it?
Well, see, I don't think I have any like dagger or anything like that. So.
I want one too, so I'll help you out with a dagger.
Oh yeah, that'll work. You know, so I was just like cut around the gums and try and pull out the tooth.
All right, go ahead and give me a nature check.
Nature. Oh boy, that's not going to be fun.
Actually, no. Give me a survival check.
Survival. Okay, that one's better. So hopefully. Actually, my nature was better. That's funny. I got a 10 on my survival.
I got a 14 on nature.
Yeah, I got a 12 on nature. When
All
I did
right,
it.
so between the 2 of you, you're able to kind of figure out the best way to cut, and you do extract a couple of teeth.
Cool.
And I'd like to take some dino steaks back to the inn.
Oh, that'd be kind of cool.
I hear they taste like chicken.
So the ancestors. No, so and you're still slightly injured, right, Nan? Is that right?
Yeah, I'm down 4 points.
While you're doing this thing, I'll just, out of habit, I just touch your back and I just do and I heal you. For your full. It's 6.
Thank you.
Cool.
How much?
It's 6, but you're full.
Okay.
Alrighty, so you're about a half a mile away from the inn. How do you want to go about trying to transport these dinos back? Said you wanted to make steaks. Either try to process them right there in the wild, so other potential other predators could come around, or you have
That's
to
what I
try
was
and take
thinking.
them
It
back.
would draw other predators.
How far did you say we were from
About a
there?
half a mile.
My mage hand can carry 10 pounds.
These
Yeah, I think
things
those are a
would
lot
be
heavier than
these things would probably be a couple of tons.
Oh wait, could
I'll
you
go back.
do that reduced size thing again so we
Oh,
could
yeah,
carry
I
them back easier?
It has to be a living creature, so
Ah,
nice try. They're
Ah,
dead.
Actually, reduce and large doesn't have to be living. It can be an item or a boulder or something like that.
Okay, if you want to try, you
I
could,
could reduce it, or I could enlarge one of you, or 2 of you.
I was just gonna say I could go back to town and just get some people to come out and like process this and see if they want to.
yeah, it might have some wagons and stuff.
Yeah.
Although it's probably cooler if we come into town with like a dinosaur head. I mean, let's be honest.
Yeah. How about we
Pretty much cooler.
enlarge Titus and which one is stronger, Pearl or Karalee?
I guarantee it's Pearl.
What's yours? Because mine's -1.
Oh, so it's not. We're about the same strength then. But you're already bigger than me. So what I'm saying is,
That's true.
he would only make me medium.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
So I'll
I would
make Titus and Pearl large size.
Yes. I don't know what that does, but that's awesome.
It
It's
makes
very
you. It
large.
brings you up one size is terms of size. So with your carry, your pull, because you can drag more than you can carry.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a matter of how you bring the three of them. How you plan to transport. You trying to drag or carry 2 or 3 or whatnot. How do you guys want to go
60
about it?
times,
Well,
60 times your strength score is how many pounds you can carry if I've enlarged you.
what was that again? 50 times?
60.
60 times? Or
Yeah.
60 plus
It's
60?
15
No,
times
60 times. So whatever your strength
Times?
is times 60.
multiplied by 60. And then you can drag that much.
So like my -1 times 60?
That's your bonus. No, what's your
Oh, that's a bonus.
strength?
Oh, 8. It's 8.
So 8 times 6.
240.
400, yeah, 480 around.
I have a 16 strength.
So
Right.
Okay. Sounds great to me.
yeah,
And
they're still they're a little heavier than that.
Mhm.
So
Well, yeah. But I'd probably what I'd probably do is kind of rest its head on my shoulder and grab it by like claws behind its like jaw, so that I can really get a good grip on it and pull it that way, from behind, have it just drag behind me.
Yeah.
or we can just cut off the tails and carry those.
Well,
Yeah,
we
I
already,
want to bring the whole thing in if I can.
Titus.
I already cut off the head of one.
Oh yeah.
Well, I'll do one that doesn't have the head cut off.
Yeah,
Then.
you shouldn't. You guys wouldn't have a problem carrying the head back in your enlarged
Right.
state.
Right.
There's not that much steak in the head though.
Yeah. Would I be able to drag a whole Allosaurus or no?
You can drag twice that number, so
It'd be
So-
it'd be a little slow going, but you could definitely pull the rest of the body now that the head's been removed.
Pretty excited about it. I'd be
So
willing
Titus
to-
Titus could carry the head, you could drag the body, and if Nin and Karalee assist as little bit as they can, you would be able to drag
That's very
the
low.
Yes, we'll
decapitated
have her
one
assist
back.
with her -1. That lowers the right. That lowers our ability to pull it.
no, we still have a strength score, so we can still
That's true,
drag
that's true.
stuff.
Yeah,
I
we
know,
can still
I'm just
drag as a
Just not
group
much.
the
Just
other
not
one.
much.
Will,
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, sure, I'm helping.
I just remember there's been a couple times where I watched something else where they're like, "Oh yeah, you can totally add your modifier to help them," and it's a
Yeah.
negative, and I'm like, "Yeah, that doesn't really help them."
will we be able to make it back before it gets dark?
Yes.
Okay.
It'll take you a little bit. It'll be evening time, so it's not like it'll be dark, but it'll be evening time when you get back to the end, dragging the first carcass.
hmm
Um,
And then that would give us proof, or give proof that we were able to kill it. And they say, yeah, there's 2 more out there if you want more the meat from it, which would probably be a good idea with the new settlement and stuff.
yeah, a couple of old Maud sits there and kind of directs a few, and you see the authority that she has over the settlement, as a couple of groups of guards and workers all take a couple of wagons out to retrieve, and then toward the late evening, or it's definitely darker, but it's a fairly clear night. Obviously it's still a bit of a full moon because it's only been 1 day since your previous attack, and I remember saying it was a full moon out with light. So they bring it back. All 3 carcasses are brought to the back of the inn, and the cook steps out from the back, and it's a dwarf who kind of looks at all this and sits there and kind of has a little meat cleaver in one hand and a carving knife in the other. He goes, "Yeah, I think I'm gonna need bigger knives."
Well, my friend has a really nice big sword. Would that help? And points to Titus.
I'm sure that's what you want to use this sword for.
Points to cleaver.
Yeah.
He goes, "It's like, I think I can find something. There might be a few in the back."
Okay.
A little
Okay.
while later, as you guys are sitting there and whatnot, you kind of get a view of it looks like a couple of them have taken like a tree saw.
Mhm.
Are
That's what I was
using
thinking,
that
actually.
kind of back and forth.
I love it.
To try and carve it up. It's like the well late into the night before they get anywhere with the processing them.
I would mention to Old Ma, if it'd be all right with you, we'd like to take some of the processed meat with us on our journey.
She nods and gives you kind of like, not going to be a problem, dear.
Plenty to go around.
Yeah, plenty to go around, and don't want you to go hungry. And she offers you a set of rooms for the night, no charge, because you clearly paid for it.
Yeah.
Yay!
Can we put some of the dino meat on a spit and roast it?
Yep.
Woohoo!
Celebration! Woo!
I'm gonna
Do a
make
little
the
jig.
coals glow a little hotter.
So, whenever there's a chance, Steve, I'd like to see if there's any way I can get Old Ma, not necessarily by herself, but by herself if I could.
Okay.
And I just want to ask, and I just kind of, as the night's going on later on in the night, and I just kind of say, so, just, you seem like you can be trusted. You're a fellow worshiper of Lathander, and you definitely, represent him. So I've been kind of going up and down the Sword Coast. A few months ago, well, actually, been about half a year ago, I was in Saltmarsh, and there was this band of smugglers and thieves. They're using this old house as a base, and through some situations and us trying to investigate it, we took care of them and actually took care of the house as well. And then
Took care of.
they shouldn't have to know. And then I say, but then through the process, we discovered that one of the councilmen in town was actually kind of behind this, corrupt, and began to try to sniff that out and try to figure that out. And that's kind of led me up and down the coast. And we're currently seeking this gnome that we talked about in Ellery, who ran a circus that was also very, very corrupt. And just kind of noticed some of these themes, and also heard that there's a potential army in Salt. Not necessarily an army, but just some rumors of some other things that are happening. Do you have any idea or anything at all that you would be willing to share that maybe would shed some light on the situations around here? Do you know anything, any rumors or anything that you could substantiate?
Takes a moment to ponder, and after a bit, kind of lets you know it's like corruption's everywhere. You're never going to get away from it. However, I've heard rumors that there's some disturbing stuff further south. A council member having a smuggling ring, that tends to happen. It's be praised that you were able to resolve that. But war is never a positive thing, but it's also never anything that isn't happening. So if you feel the need to investigate that, you probably should. Because while things have been quiet, and the road over the last couple of years, north and south, has been somewhat tamed, because it was quite untamed, and that's part of why this area is going from just being kind of a rest stop along the route to being a little province and town, is because we're trying to make the entire route safe, especially with the construction going on for the rail and everything. It's not a good thing to let the stuff go idle if it needs to be investigated. I've spent years investigating rumors that have led to some rather horrendous situations. As for this this gnome you're talking about. There are a number of that's I'm not sure else. I've not familiar with this carnival you speak of, so I couldn't tell you. But I'll as of course I'll keep an eye out and an ear out. We do get a lot of travelers that pass through, and anyone who seems a particular kind of suspect or fits that description you described will definitely be someone we'll watch out for.
Well, thank you. And you said further to the south. Do you mean Saltmarsh itself, or beyond that?
It's further south of Saltmarsh. The Saltmarsh is just above the Dead Man's Marsh, and things have been rumbling there because it's not a very kind place, especially for those of us who follow the light. And your paladin companion will probably feel a need to want to cleanse that if he's truly in that oath. However, if some of the rumors are talking aren't clear, but even here to the west, to the east, north of Felendever, there's been rumors of goblinoids massing and an army and a warband massing. So anything to reduce these threats will be a positive influence. So
well, I appreciate your thoughts. We just want to go over do the most good. I'll talk to my group, but I appreciate it. And
Karalee, come on over. The steaks are ready.
I put my hand up and give him a thumbs up.
he's an odd one.
Oh gosh, yes. But he means well. He really does.
How many rags?
You should keep an eye on him.
We're gonna try. We're gonna certainly try.
That's good.
So, and I think my friend Maisie here. I think she said she wanted to stay here. Is that okay?
It's not going to be a problem.
Okay. Well, I appreciate it. Thank you so much, and thank you for the rooms and your hospitality.
Please rest. You're welcome. Anyone in need is always welcome here.
I'll bid her farewell, and I'll head back to the party.
Okay.
And I'll say when we're done here, guys, I have a couple things that I kind of found out that I have to talk to you guys about whenever we're done eating and having some fun.
As long as I get a chance to pet the dinosaurs before we leave here.
I think you're gonna have to try that one on your own. I think she was pulling your leg.
We have some dead dinosaurs you can pet. Isn't that
That's the same. I'll ask her again later.
So I just say, hey, so I heard, so here's what I've heard. So far for our leads, of course, we have the rumors of that sea creature army south, maybe south of below Saltmarsh maybe, or that there's a place called the Dead Man's Marsh where we've heard there's rumors of some stuff that may need cleansing there. And to the east, there's rumors of goblin warbands and causing problems in the region there. And
That's not very nice of them.
no. So I'm kind of in the mind to maybe head south, but I also have no problem. I think war always causes suffering, and anything I can do to help alleviate suffering is what I feel called to do. But I won't do it go alone. But I would love your company. And what are your thoughts? What would you guys like to do?
Yeah, suffering's no good. I hate suffering. And he points to the wounds that he got today. The scars are remaining. He's like, I'm with you. Let's try to stop some suffering from going on. No one should have to go through that.
And I think either way would probably be worthwhile pursuing. What do you feel, Titus and Pearl?
I like the sound of bringing light to the dark place that needs some cleansing.
That's okay with me. Don't really know why you guys don't like darkness, though. It's really good for hiding in.
Yes, that's what most of those creatures and vile creations say in their own tongue.
When I get in the dark, I start hearing noises.
He didn't mean you, Pearl. He didn't mean you. It sounded like he meant you.
So
I think I'm pretty nice, honestly, but whatever.
I wasn't talking about you.
And I think Mace said that she was thinking about staying here.
Yes,
It's kind of nice, sir.
This journey is not for everyone, and if they take it up, it'd be at their own time. I'm sure she will keep a close eye on this place, and maybe we'll see her again if we pass this way again.
Yeah,
Pretty
it's
nice.
kind of located centrally.
She probably wanted to stay so she could pet the dinosaurs, right?
That was
Mostly.
possibly on her list. Yes.
Plus, it could be good that she stays because remember the clerk was going to give us send information when he found information that Thomas said that he might send some information our way if he finds anything that hidden book, and maybe having her here to help relay that message could be good if she's willing to.
Yes. And I do have ways of communicating.
Oh, you do?
Across distances, yes.
Oh, that's awesome.
You guys enjoy your meal, sit there and continue to chat, and eventually retire up to your rooms. And that is where we will end for this week.
Oh, wait, I want to do one thing. When we're done eating the meal, I'm going to go out and prestidigitate some sparkly fire, like sparkles, basically.
Outside?
Yeah, outside.
Okay.
Outside towards the ocean. And
Okay.
just say, woohoo, we got some dinosaurs. And I got a nice piece of wood, and you see the sparkles come over the ocean and reflect on the water. And
You got a nice piece of wood.
Yep.
And before Pearl retires, she would definitely ask Old Ma about petting the dinosaurs again.
And she engages you in a couple of stories of dinosaurs. And
Oh, she would listen very intently because she wants to learn how to do it correctly. Because tomorrow morning she's planning on going out and petting those dinosaurs. Just saying, right now.
we will find out tomorrow, the following morning. With that, we will end the session for this week. Thank you all for suffering through a couple of the technical issues we had and the delayed start. Thank you again for Mayflower for hopping on as our guest tonight to be Old Ma and kind of give her a good introduction. Thank you everyone in the chat for hanging out. Thanks for all of those renewed subs from Glock, Saladin, and Sakura. You guys are awesome and amazing and much appreciated. If you enjoyed what we were watching and you want to support the studio, head over to patreon.com/scuba studio and consider being a patron. There's some cool tier options and perks. I tend to try and let y'all know ahead of time kind of what I'm working on. Also, that's also where I release the episodes early, a few days prior to them going public on YouTube most of the time. So you guys can check that out and see my evolution as an editor. Tomorrow morning, 12 p.m. Eastern, over on our YouTube channel, we're going to do Sunday with Scoob. Haven't quite decided what I'm going to paint yet. I don't know if it's going to be some miniatures or some Dwarven Forge I recently got in the mail. Kind of work that out. Tuesday is Scuba and the Rye, 9 p.m. Eastern on YouTube, and we're going to have a guest. We're going to have Jason Acevedo from Realmsmith. He's going to hang out with us for the podcast this week, so it should be loads of fun to check that out. And next Saturday, of course, 10 a.m. Eastern is going to be Shadow Watch. And then, of course, back here, 8 p.m. Eastern is for Challenge Accepted. Shout out again to Sirenscape for the background music and soundboards we've been listening to. check those out. And anything you guys wish to plug or shout out or give thanks or comment on?
That was just a great session. It was a lot of fun, and I look forward to next week.
Oh, I always have a blast with it with this group. I love it.
Please support old Ma's dinosaur saddles.
Oh yeah, I like that idea.
Dinosaur Emporium.
Dinosaur Emporium, that's right.
Yeah, well, there's definitely a good chunk of meat in the stores now.
You never know. They could use the skin of the dinosaurs for good leather, maybe, and they make some saddles out of it, right?
There you go.
Yep, that could be tanning it and all of that. I guess you'll have to find out. I guess you'll have to find out when you come back to the area because it's going to take some
Yeah.
time to tan all that leather.
Oh, definitely.
So with that, you guys have a wonderful evening, a wonderful rest of your weekend, and a good and safe week next week. And we will see you on our next stream. Good night, everybody.
Bye.
Night.
Bye-bye.